Welcome everybody to another Boldcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2, Episode 11. What happened last episode?
The president had another thing where he didn't know how to do some basic, patriotic school activity that all the students know how to do, but for some reason he doesn't know how to do. And it was the Soran dance about fishing and bringing in the nets.
Yes, you need to feel. You need to understand the feeling of the net.
Yeah.
And we also got a little bit more interaction between Kaguya and Shiragani's dad.
Oh yeah, that was pretty
really
epic.
Funny. Yeah, fun episode. We got a couple left here.
It was the start of the sports festival as well.
Yes, I don't know if that's going to continue or if it's kind of ramping down or if it's going to ramp down this episode, but we'll see what happens this episode. Only a couple left. We also found out
that Miko, saved Ishigami from getting kicked out of school.
Oh, right.
So,
yeah.
That was pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm. What else? And
also that Ishigami was apparently a stalker and beat up the girl's boyfriend. So they say. At
least that's the word on the street. We'll see how true that is. This episode, I have a feeling it's a little overblown, but we'll see. Alrighty, we're going to get right into this Kaguya episode. But first, we're going to tell you guys about our Patreon. Started a Patreon. You can go there and vote on the next show, on one of the next shows that we're going to watch. That's available to all tiers to get to vote on that, but you get access to early content at our $5 tier and exclusive content at our $7 and $10 tiers, movie reactions, OVA reactions, a bunch of stuff to come in the future. But yeah, we encourage you guys to go in the description and check that out, patreon.com/boldcast, and also follow our backup channel because a lot of copyright strikes have been head in the way of reaction channels. Some channels have been getting struck down and just having a rough time with copyright, so we're just in danger as anyone else. So if you like these videos or you like our channel, we really encourage you to go to the description and check out our backup channel and hit the subscribe button. We won't post to that unless this channel goes under, so you won't be spamming your subscription feed with a bunch of our stuff. And follow us on Instagram at BoldcastMedia for updates and stuff like that. Also, later today, you'll be getting the schedule for the following week. Check all that stuff out, but if you don't care about any of that, we're going to get right into this episode of Kaguya-sama, Season 2, Love is War Season 2, Episode 11. Let's go. So it's still going on. What is this? Oh shit. Just the exact person that will cause me not to have a good time. What happened between them?
Oh shit.
Oh, he's gotta take over. Flashback. Whoa.
そこからはよく覚えていない。おい、やめろって。誰か先生呼んでこいよ。覚えてる。とりあえずこいつを女が寄りつかない顔にしてやろうと思って。
Jesus, man.
気済んだだろう。そろそろ終わりにしない。はあ、演劇大会もあるんだ。これ以上顔を殴られるのはまずいんだよ。ふざけんな。ここで手を引くなら京子には何もしないでやる。悪いけどこんなことでこけるわけにはいかねえのよ。お前がなんか漏らせば京子はかわいそうなことになる。ふざけんな。お前は金輪際大友には近づけさせねえからな。石上くん、君がやっていることはストーカーだよ。君が京子を好きな気持ちはよく伝わった。いくら殴られても僕は彼女と別れた
What
り
a piece of shit.
そんな小芝居でごまかせるとか思ってるのか。なめるの大概にしろよ。大友、こんなクズとは早く別れた方がいい。クズはおめえだろ。
キモい。荻野くんかわいそう。ストーカーじゃん。死ねばいいの。クズ。キモい。もう学校来ないで。
さすがにまず謝れ。やっちゃった。いや、おかしいじゃん。おかしいじゃんかよ。こいつは誰かが殴らなきゃダメなんだ。大友は分かってくれるよな。こんなのはおかしいよな。
おかしいのはあなたよ。あなたよ。
確かに僕はおかしかった。
Damn, dude.
しっかりしてくれよ。
I wonder if the student council knows about that.
僕は1ヶ月の停学処分となった。
とにかく学校に残りたいなら課題と反省文は絶対にこなせ。
中二病こじらせて安っぽい正義感振りかざして、大して関わりのない女子のために余計なことをして、僕が何もしなければ何も起きなかったかもしれないのに、その結果がこれだ。グーの音も出ない自業自得。思ってることをそのまま反省文にすれば簡単だ。その時はそう思った。週末ごとに課題を提出し、生徒指導の教師に毎回説教を。
なんだそのふてくされた目は。俺はお前のためにわざわざ時間を作って対応してんだぞ。全部自業自得だろうが。お前がおかしな真似しなければ。
What kind of a counselor?
おかしいのは僕だ。停学期間が明けても僕は反省文だけ
What the fuck? Did he get like pushed down or
復帰が認められなかった。
was that his parents?
お前は15にもなってごめんなさいの一言も言えんのか。
僕にまずい点があったのは認めて、でも所在だけは死んでもできません。
食べんのもいい加減にしろ。荻野はよ、チャラチャラしてるが性根の悪いやつじゃない。お前がきちんと謝るなら許すって言ってくれてるんだぞ。優しいやつじゃねえか。
許す。
Dude.
そうですか。ふざけんな。荻野が切れて大友を殴ろうが、リベンジポルノかまそうが僕には関係ない。一刻も早く解放されたい。書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる、書いてやる。
He literally couldn't bring himself. Wow, dude.
僕は痛くて迷惑なおかしいやつでした。
なんか石神とかも勘弁してよ。嫌なんだけど。
帰りたい。 アンカーの人、準備してください。僕、赤髪だっけ白髪だっけ。僕はどこにいたの。
石神。アンカーが鉢巻きしてなきゃ島なんだろう。行ってこい。周りの の視線など気にするな。
でしっとりしてて気持ち悪いんですけど。
うるせえな。
I wonder why. What led him to do this?
つまり大友教子への加害を防ぐ。お前は何の反論も行わない。
Oh, so he figured it out.
これが断めて俺が導き出した推論。いや、俺たちが導き出した結論だ。そこからの追跡調査だ。荻野は大友教子とは数日後に破局。大友は別の高校に進学し、今は楽しそうに生活しているそうです。
本当ですか？
やはり見立てに間違いはなさそうだ。荻野はお前を相当警戒していたようだ。さす何ヶ月も自分から停学しているようなやつなんて普通に怖すぎるしな。この停学期間は意図せずとも有効に働いていたわけだ。もっとスマートなやり方があったのは事実だ。だが目的は達成している。
その人は僕が誰にも話さずに来た秘密を子供なげに問答無用で引き剥がした。
頑張ったな、石上。だとしたらお前が書くべき反省文はこうだろう。よく耐えたな。お前はおかしくなんてない。
What an absolute fuckface.
うるせえバーカ。
Super fast. So close. I mean, don't take it too hard, man. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's just a race. That's not the. You're focusing on the wrong accomplishment.
Also, it's
here.
a relay race, so he was set up for failure.
Exactly.
I can see all of them now.
真のリア充は性格もいいというのは本当らしい。気合い入れて応援するぞ。赤組マジマンゼ。
What is that pose?
っていうか石神、ほんと最低だよね。何うるせえバカって。本当のことでも言っていいことと悪いことがあるよ。本当のこと？まあ頭良かったら進学試験落ちてないけど。だから荻野くんと復縁と思ったけど転校してたなんてね。ワンチャンって。
What an absolute bimbo.
石神にも言いたいこと言ってやったし。何より幼稚園には楽しい思い出ばっかだから。何も知らずに幸せかぐや分かってるわよ。あの笑顔ガミくんが守ったものなんでしょ。あんたかわいい後輩だ。
I knew it, Detective Chica.
Oh, man. That's fucking real bad. And that feels like some real shit, too. You know what I mean? So, that It's Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2, Episode 11. Not feel like a normal Kaguya episode, but I don't say that in a bad way at all. It was a good episode. It was a very good episode. I didn't know the show was capable of that, because that, I don't know, it's, the show is sort of overblown in general in the way that it it uses comedy and, like, whatever, to present, like, kind of a real perspective on, like, relationships and stuff like that, or, like, vulnerability. Mm-hmm. And it uses kind of hyperbole to, like, make you laugh or make you think about that kind of thing or present its story. So it's, I don't know. It's interesting that they just went to full real mode. And it was a little bit outlandish, the way that everything kind of played out. But, like, the way that the teachers kind of reacted, and the way that, I think that was his parents, he was getting, like, pushed down, but it looked like he was living in a dorm at the school, so it's hard to say. I don't know what, and now that I think about it, I don't know about his family situation. I don't think they've touched on that very much. Anyway, just, like, the way that the adults in the situation generally reacted to all of that felt so real, and in, like, a really fucked up way. I don't know.
They just didn't...
They just don't, like...
They just didn't want...
They don't have any sort of... They just... Yeah. I imagine when you deal with that many kids on so frequent of a basis and all this drama, you just, like, become super jaded to, like, the problems that people are having and don't, like, consider the personal, I don't know, intentions or reasoning behind anything. They don't ask why. They just kind of pass down their judgment immediately based on their first impression. And they just become biased about the whole situation. So, like, if literally a group of high school students could have figured out what happened, that there was something deeper going on, it's kind of shameful that the teachers were just like, now I gotta take time out of my business, like, the counselors. Like, this is, like, the most prestigious academy in the fucking world, and they have their resident counselor is a... fucking just get over it. Like, make your apology and fucking do it. Like,
yeah,
stop wasting my time. Like, that infuriates me so much, because it's so much of what I saw in the teachers at my school growing up, because I was kind of like a problem kid as well. So, like, I had a lot of run-ins with teachers where they were just like, fucking shut up, basically. So I don't know, just it felt that felt very real and personal to me.
Yeah, especially like what you said before of if a group of high school kids,
could
if
see that
freaking Detective Chica over here could figure out that he didn't just beat someone up for no reason. Like, I don't know. I feel like in that situation, it would... I don't know. It seems like you should have been asking more questions about why that even happened in the first place.
Yeah, and, like, just so, I don't know, prohibitive? Is that the right word to use there? Of just, like, don't be a shithead and that's it? And, like, no examination. No, like, wow, this kid is, like, really reserved and shy generally. I guess it's a huge school, but still, like, this kid has 0 fucking black marks on his record and he's just a normal kid. Oh, he freaked out one day and beat the shit out of a guy who is, like, generally well respected. I wonder what's going on with him, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's so dumb and it's so bad, and it's...
I guess part of the reason why they didn't is because Ishigami never said, he was like, guys, you know that this isn't real, right? But he didn't say why. Like, he didn't...
I don't even think he went that far.
Well, he asked the girl, he's like...
You're not gonna fall for this, are you?
Yeah. But he didn't want to... like,
I mean,
really
how do you convince... Well, like, how do you convince? Like, the mob is already against him. How the fuck do you even do anything?
But, yeah, I don't know. It just seems like... I guess none of the teachers were there at that point.
Yeah.
But
like, it's just crazy, like... And I know it's, like... It's part of the writing that, like, the counselor and the teachers and everyone is written that way so that they could... Just to make it worse. But it's so fucking real... And it fucks with me so much because, like, it's parenting, it's teachers, people in authority, people who are dealing with kids in general. I just notice it so much, because it's just like, if a kid's acting out or something like that happens, then people immediately are just like, oh, it makes me so angry when this kid, when he or she is not listening or acting out or whatever, and it's just like, did you ever think to ask why? Like, people don't like think about that, like, and they think that it's a direct choice, and they're just being pieces of shit, and then it leads to so much fucking pain and suffering. Like, it fucked him up for years. And yeah, it is an anime, but like, goddamn, it's just so, it hits really close to home. I don't know, man. It's just tragic because it's so unnecessary, and it's also real. Like, I didn't expect them to like tackle revenge porn in this show because of how like somebody earlier in the season was talking about, they linked an article with an interview with the author of the manga, and they said that they were writing this for like weary office ladies, and like it was just meant to be like a decompression, like not super serious stuff, like, but that's some serious fucking drama. Like, that's real shit that happens. Like, it's exaggerated in the way that it's an anime, and like everyone was there, like, oh, he's so creepy, what's the matter with him, like standing there in a circle. But like, that's just a condensed version of what actually goes on, like, and not obviously like him, oh, I'm gonna, like, more, that kind of thing happens more to the victim of people who get like revenge porn happening, people who post have revenge porn posted of them.
But in this situation, it's like a third party finds out and tries to solve it without damaging the victim further, but it doesn't work out.
Yeah, and the fact that he literally tried for the rest of the fucking how many months to write that letter, but he literally could not bring himself to do it. And then that just he is just unable to trust people, because the one person who like helped him out so much just ended up looking at him so fucking coldly. And I just hate how it was at the end. Like, God, that's how you react. Like, the one time he like bites back at you, that's when you're like all chipper about it, and the rest of the time you're just like, oh, you're so gross, how creepy, how can you, like, oh, it's so bad. I hate that shit so much. I hate I hate that chick at the end so much. Whatever her fucking name is, Ogamo? Or is that the classmate that he's with?
Well, like Kaguya said, like, I don't think Ishigami is mad, not affected by it. That was the point.
That was the point of what he was doing. I don't know. Anything else you want to say about the episode?
He almost won that race.
He did almost win the race.
I love when that girl is crying. The girl with the pink hair, she's like crying about it. I also love how they all have like the colored headbands, and how everyone's actually like into it. Like, any time in high school that they'd be like, all right, guys, we wouldn't have like a sports day, but we'd have like team day, or like this school day, and then they're like, all right, there's 4 teams, there's like there's like one person who's not like, who's like in grade 10, who's like the leader of the team, and they're gonna hype everyone up, and they're gonna wear the color, and they're like, all right, guys. But then, like,
most people literally just go to the other team and hang out with their friends, sit in the grass at the edge of the field or some
shit. Or if it's like, or they're just like, okay, everyone has to wear this color, but like,
Nobody does. Or no one even has the color. They're like, your team orange, and it's like, literally, who owns something that's orange? I don't even think, I know probably like one person who has an orange shirt. Yeah, the whole like red and white teams, that's, as far as I know, that's like a very Japanese.
Yeah, and they have like little ribbons, and that's what tells them apart. Yeah. And they're casual about it.
And the batons.
Yeah.
As well. Like, that's
but
like
they make it an actual competition, like an actual sports competition, not like, we're gonna do a shitty like relay race, but it's not even a relay race. It's like an egg on a spoon race. Like, run 10 feet ahead of you and then pass it off to someone. Like, I don't know. I don't think I ever even participated in any of that. But I just remember thinking it was so dumb.
Yeah.
It's like like this one, it seemed like an actual like sports festival, and we're like almost adults participating in an actual competition here.
I think it's because it's just more consistent, and they don't do shit like that. Because yeah, I agree. Like, there's so many, like, when you do something like that here, at least at my school as well, it was just like, yeah, like freaking egg toss and like just stupid garbage like that. But like, I don't know, here it's like consistent. It's like a 3-legged race and like whatever, a relay race, and it's like not these weird things, and it's super consistent that the sports festival is like a thing that happens every year, and it's the same thing, and so there's kind of like a consistency about it.
And there's only 2 teams, and not like 5 teams that like no one's friends with anyone on their team. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. He has a dope setup, by the way. I don't know if I can find that in his room. He's got his like dual monitor setup and a laptop.
Oh yeah.
He's got a dope setup in there. He's got some figures. He's got those like metal shelves.
Mm-hmm. Wait, go back to his room.
There's no bed.
Yeah, there's no bed.
But he probably has a futon. Oh, it is a house. Or at least it looks like a house.
Yeah, that looks like a house.
Yeah, that's a house. So he's not living in a dorm. I mean, the establishing shot for his house is like super pushed in. You can only see like one corner of the building. So it's hard to see that it's like an actual house.
Okay, so when the president comes in, he's just coming in from like the interior of the house. It looked like the sun was shining in, but I guess that was just an effect.
I think it's just the hallway light. It looks like a house light, like when it's normal. But yeah, so he probably, I mean, he's the student council president, so like if he came to their door and was like, yeah, hey, I want to talk to your son about like
your troubled son.
Yeah, I have something to talk to him about his whole like suspension thing. The school asked me to come and talk to him or something. It's believable to me that he could get in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. As crazy as this episode was, there's not much to talk. They really wrapped it up, so it's hard to be like. I love. Oh, one thing is, as Hayasaka was just like, "Did you arrange something for Ogino, Miss Kaguya?" And then she's just like, "No, of course not." So I wonder if she actually did. Did you arrange for Ogino? How rude! I'd never do anything so cruel. Do you think she like kicked him out somehow or something?
That would be funny. That would be good.
Because she's done shit like that before. She did that with the other guy in the running for student council president.
Well, she didn't kick him out of the school.
She didn't kick him out of the school, but she like blackmailed him and made him stop.
Yeah. That would be good if she did that, I think.
Forced him to transfer. Oh, and I love that. So I think Shirogane said that she, fucking dumb girl, Ishigami's girl, like transferred schools.
But she just didn't
didn't pass the fucking entrance exams to continue in Shuichin to the high school branch of it, which is hilarious. And it makes me hate her even more. Because like not because like she wasn't like scared. She didn't. I don't know. There's no like self-awareness. She's like completely being played like a fucking fiddle by like everyone around her, and she doesn't know that like anybody's helping her. She doesn't have and she's just not aware of anything. She's blissfully ignorant.
Well, they said that.
I know, and I don't like it, and I think it's dumb, and she strikes me as a dumb person that she's like letting all this shit happen, and she doesn't see. She has no wherewithal to look beyond the curtain at all. She just believes what comes to her instantly and doesn't question anything. She doesn't have any loyalty. She didn't question that maybe Ishigami was on her side. She just immediately believed that this other dude had her best interest in mind, and then ended up breaking up. And then now she comes back here and she's like, oh, I thought this was my one chance to get back with him. But turns out he transferred. Like, that's her whole thing. Like, But then again, I mean, if she becomes a character, we'll see maybe a different side of her. Because I thought the same thing of Miko. Like, a similar thing. I had, like, my reservations about her character. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I just don't think he was obviously fucking horrible.
What, the guy?
The guy.
Yeah. And,
like, I don't know if that's why she's treated in, like, presumably, like, her first relationship.
Yeah.
And if he, like, created that, like, dependence on him, and that, like, this is the way, like, things are. I mean, of course that's gonna stick with her. And she, like, that's what she's gonna expect and think is normal. And because he never actually got called out for it, then, like, you know, she doesn't really and if it's easier for her to just, like, keep, like, pretending and, like, just ignore the fact that that's probably not good, you know.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point as well. Yeah,
to me,
that's a good point as well. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And, like, since none of her friends even knew about it in the first place, of course they would be all like, "Oh yeah, he was so great. Ishigami, that guy's obviously crazy," because they didn't know anything about it in the first place, you know. So she obviously didn't get some, like, any of her friends or anyone that she trusts telling her, like, "Oh no, like, that guy's no good. Don't be worried about getting back together with him, like, several years later," you know?
I guess that's a good point. I guess I could see it both ways. Although, yeah, you have to remember that, like, this her first relationship, and nobody knew that this guy was a piece of shit, so, like, why should she know?
Yeah. And especially, like, even if, like, going a bit deeper than it's presented, even if she, like, knew what he was doing was wrong, but then after, everyone immediately takes his side, literally everyone takes his side, and is like, "Oh, this guy was such a great guy, Ishigami just beat him up because he's crazy, he did nothing wrong," and everyone is saying this, like, every day. It's gonna, like, even if she had some sort of, like, feeling of, like, oh, maybe this is not great, everyone else unintentionally could have, like, cemented into her that, like...
Well, that doesn't mean that she's not a sheep. That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that she's excused for not thinking for herself or forming her own opinions about the people around her. Like, just because everyone else is saying, oh, this or that, this person, maybe this Ishigami's so gross. Oh, maybe Ishigami's gross. Maybe the person that I thought was cool and now just randomly exploded, maybe because everyone else is saying it, that means that I should think it too. That doesn't seem okay to me. That seems like a lack of loyalty. That seems like a lack of charity. But then again, I'm biased because I like Ishigami, but still, like, if someone who I considered a friend did something that I think was like really fucked up, I would at least ask why they did it. I would at least I would at least judge it for myself what I thought they were responsible for, or whether what they did was not justified, but I would at least ask a little bit deeper rather than just if it's between me and this other person, I would try my best not to allow other people's the mob's opinion of this other person to affect my relationship with them. But then again,
but it's also her relationship with her. He
did beat up, but yeah.
And the boyfriend
and Ishigami didn't say anything.
Yeah, so. And the boyfriend didn't break up with her till, like, days later. Yeah. Like, she was trying to get things good with him again, and then he broke up with her.
So then what does that say about her, like, so like, okay, so if literally that happened, and then Ishigami says, like, you're not gonna believe this, right? And then a couple days later, they're broken up, and then years later, after that, she's still like, oh, I wish I could get back with him. Fuck you, Ishigami, you fucking creeper, you stalker, you weirdo. Everyone else called you a weirdo. You're a fucking weirdo stalker. I thought this was my one chance to get back with the guy who broke up with me 2 days after this guy who I knew previously was, like, beat him up. Like, it's just kind of like, I understand, and it's not, she was clearly a victim in this situation, 100%. But it's hard for me to, I don't know. Yeah. It is really fucked up that, like, the whole revenge porn thing. Like, it's really fucking messed up. So I can see why she would think that, but it just really messes with me when, I don't know, when people don't ask a little bit deeper. It's the same thing, like, with the teachers. But then again, she is a high school student. This was her boyfriend. So it's definitely understandable.
And she's still young. Like, they're, what, like, grade 10? They're, like, 15, her and Ishigami?
Yes.
15, 16, yeah.
And I guess the same, like, I had the same thing with, like, Miko, how, like, she has a very childish perspective. But she's a literal child. Yeah. So in a way, that's part of the thing that this show does well in terms of writing. It's like, it creates really flawed characters, but in a way that's, like, congruent with their age. Like, they don't try to, like, oh, these they could be any age, but they just happen to be in high school. Yeah. Like, they're literally written to be high schoolers. So I don't know. It's definitely it's well written. As far as that is concerned, it's well written.
I don't know. I feel like they've wrapped everything up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it might drag over into the next episode a little bit, maybe with some other characters. I'm still interested in what Miko thinks of him, because she quietly cheered for, they showed just a close-up of her face quietly cheering for him. So, and she defended him in the first place.
Yeah.
So, I'm wondering if maybe she figured it out, what, sort of more of what was going on, way earlier.
Yeah, because she, hates him, or appears to hate him all the time.
Yeah.
But, maybe she's, thought about it a little bit more and realizes that there's something more.
Yeah, and I don't think she actually hates him.
I don't think so.
It's he doesn't actually hate her.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think so. Alright. Well, I guess that's it for our reaction to...
Oh, actually, I was going to say one more thing. I love how the cheerleader... Sorry. I love how the
Do you have anything more to say? No. No, I feel like they wrapped it up. Are you sure? It seems like you don't want to talk anymore. Yeah, no. Well, actually... Okay, guys, thanks for watching. All right, you know what? Now I'll cut you off to say something.
No, I was just going to say it's kind of cool how how they have a cheerleading squad, but it's mixed, it's guys and girls, and they're not just yeah, they have complex routines.
Yeah, I like that way more than
it's kind of cool.
And it's not I feel like in a lot of places today, especially in the NFL or actual sports, but also weirdly in some high schools, the cheerleading squad is is almost strippers. It's super weird. They dressing in skirts and doing high kicks and shit. It's fucking weird, but in here they're just wearing white t-shirts and shorts, and they're all wearing the same shit. I don't know. I just I appreciate it that it's it feels more like a... I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It just feels way more...
I still think cheerleading in general is a sport.
Yeah.
Regardless of what they're doing, I just think it's cool that they found a way to make it just sort of different than what I would normally expect to see.
That's a good... Yeah, I agree with that. That's what I meant.
And maybe it's... I don't know anything about cheerleading in Japan. Also, most schools here don't have cheerleaders.
True. Yeah, my school definitely didn't.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just all we see of cheerleaders is on TV from American movies.
True.
So.
And yeah.
So it's just and also always all the cheerleaders are stereotyped as the super bitchy blonde girl. So, I don't know. They just... As
there's a bitchy blonde girl on the cheerleading...
Okay, but
I'm joking.
That's what Ishigami thought that they were.
Yeah.
But it turns out that they're all just people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I like that. And then he could see them all. He could see their faces. So, yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to... It's just on the picture of them right now. So I just wanted to touch on that because I think that's kind of nice.
With that, hope you guys enjoyed this reaction to Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2, Episode 11. Hope you check out previous ones. Hope you, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. It really helps us out when you guys do that. And comment, that actually really helps us out as well. And yeah, if you want to get the next episode or any of our weekly shows like this earlier, you can get an uncut version on our Patreon for one of our higher tiers. But if you go to our Patreon and you look at the tiers, one of the tiers is you get just a raw recording of this earlier in the day, right after it's recorded and uploaded, so you don't have to wait for me to edit everything down and put it into this whole thing. You get it earlier than everyone else, so you get to see this reaction earlier. If you're interested in that, it's there. There's also a bunch of other stuff. We got early access to our ReZero Naruto reactions and all of our shows that we're going to be doing that aren't currently airing releases. We also got exclusive content coming, OVA reactions and movie reactions, as well as exclusive live streams. A bunch of other stuff. You can go check that out if you're interested in our Patreon. It's down in the description, patreon.com/boldcast. Also, follow us on Instagram and follow our backup channel to stay updated with us, because reaction channels have been having a rough time with copyright recently. A few channels have been taken down. We're just as big and dangerous, so if you guys follow our other social medias and specifically our backup channel on YouTube, that really helps us out. Just in case anything happens, then we can recover pretty quickly. But you have to subscribe to that channel for that to work. So we beg you to do that. We're asking you to do that if you want. Other than that, please check out our other Kaguya videos if you haven't already, and hope you enjoyed. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much to all of our patrons, especially our members of the Student Council, Zenge,
Rising 80,
Catherine,
John Ortega,
and Nicholas Teo. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.